What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to my F1 2016 Career Mode, episode number 21 today, the finale of Season 2. Of course, it's a bit of a weird finale because we've already wrapped up the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. We did that last episode at Brazil. We did a last question mark challenge, and it was a very, very awesome opening 4 laps. So if you have missed the Brazilian Grand Prix episode number 20, then please do go check it out before you see this one. That was a must-watch. That was a really awesome race at Brazil. But now we're here at Abu Dhabi for the final race, and we are going to be basically bidding a farewell to McLaren. Obviously, we've done the job that we set out to do at the beginning of Season 1 to win both championships. We've done it in 2 seasons. We did it this season on Ultimate AI the entire way through. And it's been a great journey, but now we're here to the final race to say goodbye to McLaren because, of course, there's no point really staying with them because we've done the job that we set out to do. So we're going to end things off here at Abu Dhabi with the team, but we're going to round things off with the qualifying. We're going to be starting from the back as we did in Brazil just to have a little bit more fun, hopefully. But Jenson Button on pole position, just showing the strength of this McLaren by the time we got to the very end of Season 2. So just showing those upgrades really have worked. All that kind of hard grafting we did in practice throughout the 2 seasons has really worked a treat there, and Button is ahead of Max Verstappen for pole position in the final race, and hopefully he can get a win. Jenson's had a lot of bad luck this season, so hopefully he can do well, but we're there in P22 for the final race of this season. Let's go to the grid for the final time this McLaren to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So, as per usual, taking a look at the race strategy ahead of the formation lap for the final time this season. Now, we're going to go for a 2-stop today. We don't have to use the Ultra Softs because we didn't use them in qualifying. We retired. So, we're not going to even use them at all because they don't really go that far. Only about 5-6 laps, especially in heavy fuel at the very beginning. I'm not expecting AI to go much longer than, probably 6 laps at best. So, we'll stay on the Super Soft tire, the middle tire at the beginning, going Super Soft, then Soft tire at the end. So, a normal kind of 2-stop there. The other guys around us, I'm not too sure. Well, we can see that the Toro Rosso of Fiat next to us is on Super Softs, but up ahead, obviously, in the top 10, they'll all be on Ultra Soft. So we'll see if they're going to do a 3-stop. I have a suspicion they might do, or knowing the AI, they might be able to really go well on their tyres here at Abu Dhabi and do a 2-stop. They just seem to be very, very good at saving their tyres here around this circuit, which is quite bad for me because as a player, I feel the tyre wear is very, very poor here at Abu Dhabi. It's a little bit unbalanced in that sense, but we'll just see how we go. But from last place on the grid, let's just see how we go as we go up to 5 red lights. Jenson Button on pole position there for the final time this season. 5 red lights, and we're underway here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Good start compared to Sainz, who's really bogged down, and Kvyat's got a good start on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side of Sainz, we go down the inside of 3 cars there, the 2 Saubers and a Renault car up into 16th place. Now it might be 15th. We go down the inside of Sergio Perez as we swing through to the left hand. You can see Raikkonen goes side by side with Hulkenberg, again showing Ferrari struggling quite a bit here. Hulkenberg on Ultra Soft, so it looks like all these guys on Ultra Softs apart from Raikkonen, who's on Super Softs, and the Manukar ahead of us. So as I mentioned, a good kind of spread between the cars, between Ultra and Super Soft. So this definitely will be a bit of a tactical Grand Prix. I think you'll be seeing us passing a few cars who have just made pit stops probably, but we move later on onto lap 1, right behind the Renault of Magnussen, who's been squeezed out by Manukar, surprisingly. So Verline doing pretty well. We go down the inside of the Dane, we go down the inside of the German as well in the manner, and we're up into 11th place. So pretty decent start yet again. Probably not as good as we got in Brazil, but equally so, pretty damn good considering the track. Abu Dhabi a lot harder to overtake than Brazil, it's well known. So I think that's a pretty damn decent start to the Grand Prix. And also we close up on Sebastian Vettel, who's getting bogged down a little bit. It breaks very early there, I feel, on these Ultra Softs, and we go down the inside of him very easily. Very easy pickings, and we're up into 10th place. So we're already in the points, and it's not even towards the end of lap 1. So we move on to lap 2 now, down the inside of Harrianto, who I've caught napping there, locking up a little bit, and that Manukar showing not too great downforce through that left-hander as he was going so slowly there. So very easy to pick off that move for 9th place. And now we move later on down towards Sector 3 here of Abu Dhabi, setting the purple lap time. Obviously, everyone going purple here, but we've got a gaggle of cars here going side by side. The Haas goes down the inside of the Red Bull car. Button goes down the inside of Massa, and I go down the inside of Hamilton there. So look at that, 6 cars, all 2 by 2 by 2 there, but we aren't able to get Hamilton. A lot of oversteer on the exit of that corner, unfortunately. So unlike Jensen, who did get the Williams, we couldn't get the Mercedes there. But now into the same corner, we got Vettel. Hamilton locks up, makes a mistake there, allows me through very easily, and we're up into 8th place. So really cool to see the AI making lockups like that, little mistakes, and Hamilton makes one there, allows me to get through. But you can see already the oversteer and the kind of lack of grip I'm getting through these corners. We go down the inside of, this will be Massa, I think that is, and we try and go around the outside. Doesn't work. It's actually going to be the switchback move, and now we'll get the car straightened up, open DRS here, and we'll make a move on the right hand side of the circuit. So a lovely little switchback there to get the better exit off the corner. Didn't get the move initially done, but now we're up into 7th place, and now we are on lap 3 right behind Jensen Button, who struggled. Remember, he was on pole position, so he's down in 6th. So while I made a great start from 22nd to 7th in 3 laps, he's down to 6th place from pole position. So really, really unfortunate there. Jensen, he's been cursed all season long, really, hasn't he? Just not doing too well in this McLaren. So now we move on to lap 6. As I mentioned, I literally did say up to lap 6 probably you'll be seeing these guys going on. So a lot of people come in from their Ultra Softs for probably a set of Super Softs there, and by the end of lap 6, finally the rest of the top guys, 2nd place Gutierrez there, and probably 1st place, I'm guessing a Red Bull car of Ricciardo, I think, or Verstappen there. Verstappen comes to the pits finally. So as I mentioned, maximum 7 laps, all these guys on Ultra Softs. No way you can take Ultra Softs more than 7 laps, otherwise you're probably going to be really losing quite a lot of time. So we're into 1st place now, and so now we go on and march on towards our first pit stop. Onto lap 9, you can see Verstappen is closing up on us a little bit, and he's on Super Softs. Interestingly enough, Bottas has opted for another set of Ultra Softs there. You can see in the top left, so that means Bottas is definitely doing a 3-stop Ultra Soft, Super Soft, and then probably soft tyres, or maybe even another set of Super Softs. But we're doing the 2-stop, remember? So we've come in on lap 9 for another set of these Super Soft tyres, the Red Wall tyres, and we're going probably, well, we went 9 laps here, so we've got another 9 laps. That'll be lap 18, and then that means there will be, I think, exactly 10 laps, I think that is, till the end on soft tyres. So that'll be pretty decent, I think, for us. If we come out of the pits, let's see where we are in all of this. We were just behind Jensen Button. So if you come out of the pits, you can see Grosjean on the right-hand side. Grosjean just ahead of us there. So I believe we did, I think Grosjean was ahead of us, and he was a few car lengths ahead of us. So I think we caught up on Grosjean there with a bit of a kind of better pace on the Super Softs. We've overtaken him. Rosberg ahead of us now in 5th place. I did not see Rosberg at all in that beginning intro of the Grand Prix. So he's there in 5th place. So we'll try and catch him up. We move on to lap 16 though. Quite a few laps later, and we're in P3. Some people have made their 2nd pit stop already, and you can see I'm telling my crew I want to come in for the pit. So we've not taken these tyres 9 laps. The pace has been really, really poor on this 2nd set of Super Soft. I don't know what it was, but the pace was just horrendous, and you can see behind me Raikkonen was closing me up, an absolute stonker. So we've come in now for a very early pit stop onto soft tyres. Need to try something different, try an undercut on Raikkonen, but the pace was just horrendous on those Super Softs in the 2nd set of Super Softs compared to the 1st. It was kind of odd. It's like the car kind of performed better on heavier fuel, or maybe just maybe the AI cars perform worse on heavier fuel, but I just didn't have the same pace I had on that first stint. So we come out, you can see on the left hand side, I think that was a Ferrari that just came out, so I think that might be Sebastian Vettel, but Button also ahead of us. So you can see though the gap isn't too kind of much bigger than it was. So looking at before the first pit stop and now to here after the 2nd pit stop, me and Jensen have still got that same gap. He's still fighting a Williams car, so all in all it doesn't look too bad. But now as we move on to the very next lap, Bottas, or Massa I should say, sorry, comes in, and you can see Button's already starting to get away from us. He's on the same tyre. He's probably been on that tyre for probably 1 or 2 laps longer, and he's already pulling away from us. So yet again, Jensen, the very end of the season, kind of maybe putting up a fight for his seat next season, doing the job there in the McLaren, getting away from us. As we move on to lap 21 now, a few laps later, you can see the gap physically in the mini-map is a lot bigger now to Button. He's really pushed hard there. You can see I'm locking up into the hairpin, and Raikkonen behind me on the same set of tyres now. Yeah, a bit fresher soft tyres. He's catching me up now. So this is a little bit of a kind of annoying race, really. We're sort of starting to go back now. We've jumped really far ahead at the very beginning of the Grand Prix, and now we're starting to slow down and fall backwards because, as I mentioned at the very beginning, at the formation lap, for some reason, I just feel like, I don't know if any of you guys feel this, personally I do as well, and I've talked to other kind of creators, you know, like Tom as well, that you might know from the podcast, that the tyre wear just seems stupidly too much for the player compared to the AI. These AI cars seem to be able to take the tyres just ages compared to you, and on lap 24 you can see the Force India has taken me with a lot more grip around the outside, and he's overtaken me for 5th place, and I just have no grip through this corner as well, having to lift off a little bit in 6th gear there, and Harrianto now is trying to have a look at me behind me in the Manor car. As we move on to lap 24 through the final corner, still not getting the grip I want in 3rd gear, understeering, nearly completely off the circuit there, and you can see the traction just not there. Harrianto come through on the right hand side, the Renault does on the left, and just the car is just falling to bits right now. This is the complete opposite of the sort of race I wanted to finish off the season. I mean, we've done both championships, so you can kind of argue we're doing a Lewis Hamilton of 2015 and basically just giving up with life and not really caring too much about it, because hey ho, we've got the championship, we've got the money earned for us, for both me and McLaren, so why should I kind of put in the effort to kind of really try? But I am genuinely trying my best to kind of drive the car around, but the tyres are just falling off a cliff right now, lap 25, so at this point, I was feeling pretty down. The Williams now is going to come through with some slipstream. The Williams, no matter how much we've upgraded the car, the Williams is still great in a straight line, so he comes through there for 8th place. We're down to 9th. Massa comes through. We'll make a move to get that 9th place back, though, down the inside there, so we'll get in between the two Williams there. But as we move on to the end of the lap, I've had enough. I want to come in for another set of tyres. 3rd pit stop. Didn't want to make it, but I thought, you know what? I'm not going to finish the season off. I'm not finishing this season trundling around on worn tyres, not enjoying the car. So I'm going to come in, going to fill on the Ultra Softs. We're probably not going to score any points, but you know what? I'm going to savour the laps. I want to really chuck this car around and just enjoy the McLaren. The McLaren we've built. This is not the same McLaren that you drive in quick race or at the beginning of career mode. This is a very different McLaren. This is my McLaren. You can't get this same McLaren anywhere else unless you completely copied every single upgrade I did, you know, to the point. But this is my personalised McLaren. This is my McLaren that I've upgraded, and I'm never going to get to drive it again after this season. It's going to be gone forever. So I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy the characteristics of this car, which is great in a straight line, pretty good on the turn-in, not too great on traction, and I want to enjoy it. You can see there what I mean by traction on the Ultra Softs, but we push as hard as we can to try and catch up Hamilton, who's having just as bad as a race as I am. So that kind of gave me a bit of kind of comfort that Hamilton's also struggling. So the two Brits down here fighting for the wooden spoon in what will be P17 at the moment. We're going to get the DRS out Hamilton on the last lap of the Grand Prix and try and make some overtakes here and just enjoy this final lap of this car and try and just make some lovely tasty moves and really just throughout the season in style. So we go down the inside of Hamilton, we'll go up into 17th place just about. Daniel Ricciardo has won the Grand Prix, showing how good he really was at the end of this season. So if he just started it earlier, he might have really had a good chance of fighting me for the championship, but of course Red Bull just weren't there at the beginning of the season. But that's sort of the story of how F1 goes sometimes. You're just not there at the very beginning, so you can't fight at the end. But we go round the outside of the Haas car, superior grip round the outside, lovely little move there in the final sector, and now we're chased after Ericsson, trying to make one final move maybe into the final corner to round out this season. Here we go, a move for 15th place, so we're kind of ending the series, ending the season how we started it back in season 1 with his McLaren, ending up in 15th place. But we have rounded out the season there. We've already won the championship, so I don't know why I was about to say we've won the championship. We've already won it, for goodness sake. We've won the drivers, we've won the constructors, and we round out the season now. Unfortunate not to be able to score any points, but I'll say it again. For me personally, I feel like the tyre wear really is kind of out of balance. The AI are way too good on the tyre wear compared to the player. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, we come through here. We finished out the season. Jenson Button gets 4th place. At this point, I don't really know more. I don't really want to talk about the race too much because there really is no point. It was sort of a very, very dead race in terms of there was no point. There was no points up for grabs in terms of changing the constructors. You can see we're there in 1st place, both championships. Nothing changed for the constructors. No teams went up and down, so it was a very dead race to the point. But we've rounded out the season there, end of season. So that is it, guys. We've finished off the season in McLaren. We've won the Constructors. We've won the Drivers' Championship. We're going to get presented with a trophy now as we move on to the trophy room part on our laptop. We'll finally actually get confirmation of those 2 trophies in our cabinet there. So, guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, if you have enjoyed this season more, actually, if you've enjoyed the entire season, smash that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. But that has been it for Season 2, guys, of the Vanilla Career Mode. So, I will see you guys next time, potentially for the start of Season 3, I'm not going to reveal what team it's going to be. I'm going to kind of tease you guys even more for that, so you'll have to tune in next time. I'm still not completely sure what my plans are, so we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully I'll update you guys over the weekend, but for now, that's been this career mode, guys. That's been Season 2 in the McLaren. We are drivers and constructors world champions in the McLaren. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy us today, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Hey, it's good to see you. I just finished these new contract offers. Check them out. Let me know what you want to do.